Hi everyone, just thought I'd make a quick video because we've finally gone and installed some heating in our van. Our next journey away is going to begin in January, so although we're heading to Spain there'll be some cold nights, I'm sure, maybe some cold days as well. So we bought a Chinese diesel heater off eBay. It's basically a copy of a Erbespacher or Webasto heater, which are both German made diesel heater. There's a lot of Chinese versions knocking around on eBay. Doing our research though, we've seen that they're still really well made and perform well, especially in van conversions. So we went ahead and bought one of those and installed it. Decided not to make a video of installing it because there's some really good videos on YouTube anyway. So I'll just show you where we've put it and talk you through it a little bit. Okay, so first things first, the LCD screen that controls the heater. I don't know if you can hear on the video, but it is blowing a gale out there. There's a storm outside, heavy rain, and it's about, I think the forecast says about 10-11 degrees outside, but we're already 17 in here. I'm going to turn the heater on now and I'll time it on my phone and we'll see after say half an hour how much it's warmed up. So here we go, turn it on. Turn it on. There we go. LCD screen showing me something. Just for the record, that is the time that the heater was turned on. Okay, so I've lifted up our sofa, and as you can see over there on the right is our kayak. If you keep up to date with our videos, that's where the mice chewed through our kayak. Over here you'll see the setup, and if you listen closely you can hear the diesel pump kicking in. Yep, so first time you use it you have to prime it, but as I've said there's a lot of good instructional videos on YouTube already, so I won't go into too much detail there. A few points about our setup. We wanted to do it over on this side, but we couldn't because there's things underneath the van that get in the way. So I've installed it here. So it's at the back of our van, the vent comes out the sofa, we've sort of angled that towards the rest of our van. As you can see, that green tank on the right, obviously that isn't standard, it doesn't come with the heater. The tank that comes with the heater wouldn't fit. This is the tank that it came with, that we decided not to use. Might be a really useful size for some people, it's thin, but it wouldn't fit comfortably under our sofa, especially not with that nozzle bit sticking up. So we went out and bought a new one. It's just a 10 litre tank that you might have in your car with spare petrol in. Obviously we've put diesel in it, and around the back, I'll zoom out in a second, but around the back of our heater, that's the fuel line coming out, fuel filter, and then it goes to the pump, and then it goes to underneath the heater. So I'll zoom out and show you. That's where it is in terms of the setup. So it's not the standard tank that came with the heater, but it does the job just as well. The only thing I'll say is, obviously if you buy in another tank, just be careful when you drill the hole for the fuel line. Make sure you get the right size drill bit. A point on the heater itself, when it's getting to its maximum temperature, this and the plate there that you can see, the metal plate, don't get too hot. That you can always touch them, they're not too hot to touch, but the exhaust pipe that comes out the bottom of your van is extremely hot. So just make sure not only that nothing's touching it, but make sure you've got some breathing room for that exhaust pipe, and also make sure obviously that the fumes aren't coming back into your van, or else you might wake up dead. So there's a little zoomed out view of it. Obviously my tool bag is right next to it underneath the sofa. As long as you've got space at the back for cold air to go in and space underneath the van, there's a air intake pipe underneath the van as well. As long as you've got that space, you should be okay. The fuel tank is secured down, so that's not going anywhere. So you can see and hear that it's kicking in now. It keeps getting gradually noisier and noisier, but if you put it in something like we have, you flop down the sofa, the piece of wood, and then you've got your cushion on top, and you can't actually hear it. It's no louder than an electric fan heater that you might have. Okay, for the record, it's now half an hour later. On the LCD screen it's showing 20 degrees Celsius. Not sure how accurate it is because it was showing 17 when I came in and I was wearing a thick hoodie and I was comfortable. Now it's showing 20. I've had to take my hoodie off about 10 minutes after I turned the heater on. It's really warm in here, so that's after half an hour. So there's the exhaust sticking out by our tail lift. Probably sticking out a little bit more than it should. Obviously just wanted to be careful. In terms of the fumes, but I think that might be that might cause us some problems on the MOT because I don't like things sticking out from your vehicle that shouldn't be, so might move it back just an inch or so. As you can hear, it's quite loud from outside. Up there you can see cut the hole bigger than it needs to be, so that your exhaust pipe isn't touching anything. You can see just from looking at it how hot that exhaust pipe is. It's sort of glowing. It goes a bit discoloured because it gets so hot. There's the fuel line. Got a little cable tie there. Just making sure that nothing touches that exhaust pipe. That's the little video about the diesel heater that we've installed. I've just been outside to film that bit for you of the setup underneath the van, and come back in and it's really hot in here. I've had to turn the heater off. In fact, if you can hear it in the background, it sort of goes through a cycle of shutting down. But yeah, it definitely heats up the van really quickly. It'd be interesting to see how it copes when it's really cold outside, freezing temperatures. But I'm thinking, based on what we've seen so far, that it's going to be pretty good. In terms of diesel usage, we put 5 litres in the other day. I think we've had the heater running for about 3 hours since we put that 5 litres in, and there's not really a noticeable difference in the level. In terms of usage on the batteries, again, it's not really noticeable. We've got 210 amp batteries, and it's not taking a massive draw from those batteries. So yeah, I should have mentioned earlier in the video, we've got the 2 kilowatt heater. The power output, I think it might be 3. I can't remember. But 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt. I've got a picture of where we bought it on eBay, so I'll be able to see. It's either 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt. There's a 5 kilowatt one, and that's, I think that would just be way too hot for in here. Obviously, as far as vans go, we've got a reasonably big van, but I think 5 kilowatt would be way too hot for this van. If you've got something small like a T5 or a Vito, then this is definitely going to be more than enough for that. Yeah, noise is a concern for a lot of people with these heaters. The noise is fine for me and Heather inside the van. It's just like I say, it's just like having an electric fan going. It's not really intrusive at all. Outside the van it's a bit louder, so if you want to be really stealthy, if you like parking in cities or whatever and you're planning on parking somewhere when it's cold in a city, then you're not going to be that stealthy because you can hear it from outside. Yeah, it's louder outside than it is inside. Anything else? Cost of the heater for 140 quid or whatever, it's well worth it. It took like a couple of hours to install and cost 140 quid, and now we've just got heating. As long as we buy diesel, we're buying diesel anyway, so yeah, that's great. Obviously, yeah, really good, pleased with it. We'll obviously, time will tell how it copes with really cold temperatures, and also time will tell the quality of the bits and pieces that come with it, like will we need to replace bits sooner than you would do with a Webasto or Herbespacher. Time will tell. So this is a desperate plea for, please click that subscribe button. We've got a new camera as well, as you can probably tell, so videos are going to be better quality now.